Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Keep the arms closer to the ear. Only use your hips and waist to turn to peek at the heel of your opposite foot. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful, shift your weight to the left foot. Good Tai Chi posture. Kick your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose the right side, cross and sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cross and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Good golden cockerel. Dropping shoulders. Good Tai Chi posture. Drop that. Tuck butt. Here we go. Last one. Kicking out. Last set. Holding your ball. Part the wild horse's mane 1. Sit back. Twist. Center ball. Out into the side L. Make sure you're using your core. Sit back, sit down. So what does that mean then? It's not just a hand motion, but something is emanating or starting with the core to do the movement. You want a stronger core. Listen carefully. Brush knee. Set it up. All together. Turn the hips and waist. Helps you to use your core. Sit back. Twist. Set it up correctly. Multitask. Shift your weight, use your core, engage your core. They are powerful, like your hips and waist. Holding your ball. Ward off. Use your core. It's not a hand motion. Sit down. Use your core to come up and out. Do not force the movement using or leading with your hands. Hands are there as finishing. Because the core, because the hips and waist help it to get where it's supposed to be. Listen carefully, sit back, sit down, twist, step, cup. We're getting into a single whip. Here we are, hook, out. Cloud hands. In the 24. 1. Make sure the shoulders are dropped. 2. And 3. And a single whip. And half step, sit back, high pat on the horse. Cross, step out, left heel, center the energy, kick out, right. In, heel down on an L stance, tuck the elbows in, double punch. Sit back, twist all the way around, left hand, left foot up, kicking out. In, stack yourself down halfway, pivot out to the left, spin up, golden cockerel, toe, spin, hook, split, drop down, halfway, pivot to the right, adjust the back foot, set it up, shift your weight, spin on the axle, golden cockerel. Heel, hold your ball, heel, spin, turn hips and waist, shuttle, right. Sit back, twist out, hold ball, heel spin, then shuttles left. Half step to the back, cross the hips and waist, set up the right hand, point that left toe. One hand, then two hands, then foot. Start in the middle, flash arms. Sit back, twist, fist hand, spin out to deflect, bring it in, the parry, punch, touch, strip, roll back, sit down, spiral up, lunge forward, twist, open twist, in twist, embrace, up, in, out. How do we use your core? Drop the shoulders, flex the knees. Do not use your hands. Core is feeling stronger. Heel up, off the ground, closing form. Okay, coming forward now, Tai Chi walk first. Okay, hands at your waist, here we go. Twist out, walk in that direction, shift your weight, L stance, bow the legs, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag that way, shift weight, L, bow the legs over the heel, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag, shift weight, L, bow the legs over the heel, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag that direction, shift weight, L, bow the legs over the heel, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out. It's purely a drill, shift weight, heel, turn the hips and waist, bow. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow the legs over the heel, down. Make sure everything is in play now. Whatever I say, sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag, shift weight, heel, bow the legs, move that energy, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag with the hips in that direction, shift your weight, heel, bow the legs over the heel, down. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, shift your weight, heel out, bow the legs over the heel, down. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, shift weight, heel, bow the legs over the heel, down. One more, sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that direction, heel out, bow the legs over the heel and down. Okay, going back now to your, stay where you are and just turn to walk back to your position, okay? So we're at 50-50, hands on our waist, shoulders down, using your right heel to pivot out. See if you can get back to your original position, because if you walked straight forward and you use the same routine, which hopefully is correct, you will end up in the same position that you started. Here we go. Pivot out, walk in that zigzag, heel out, bow the legs, over the heel, down. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, walk in that zigzag, heel out, bowl the legs over the hill and down. Do you know how to bowl your legs? Sit back, sit down, twist out, walk in that direction, heel, over the hill and down. Sit back, sit down, pivot, zigzag, heel, bowl the legs over the hill, down. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag, heel, bowl the legs and down. Sit back, sit down, pivot, shift your weight, heel, over the hill, down. One more. Sit back, sit down, pivot, shift weight, heel, over the hill, down. Okay, good. Turn around. So then you ask yourself, yes, I do understand Tai Chi walk, and yes, maybe you say, I think I've got all the elements in. And then that's good that you feel that you do, okay? But then just double check, okay? So I'll do it so you can see my back, all right? So good Tai Chi posture. Just because I have my hands at my hips, I don't come up with my shoulders. In fact, I drop it even more because I can feel the weight of my hands just sinking into my thigh here or just below my waist. So they're really dropped. But at the same time that they're dropped does not mean that my spine is crooked. It is, the shoulders are relaxed, but the spine is straight. Okay, now watch carefully, listen carefully. Pivot out, walk in that direction. Both hips have to be in that zigzag. I shift my weight because this is my substantial. Only my insubstantial can be on an L. The weight and energy is still stored here. If you came here for the split second, I should be able to give you a weightless foot. Now, when you bowl the legs, you open this area. You open this area by sinking down a little bit more and flexing. Then you're going to gather that energy and then over the hill and down. Now, that's not all. When you sit back, you can't just sit back this way. You have to sit back, sit down. Why? Same premise. If you only sit back this way, there's still weight here in the front. You want everything totally in the back. So in order for it to be in the back, you have to drill down a little bit more to give this an insubstantial foot. I don't see that, okay? So weightless foot gets to go zig. When it goes zig, the two hips have to be here now. Then shift your weight, heel, bowl the legs again, round the crotch. It helps you to then turn your hips and waist and come down. Watch again. Sit back, sit down. All I see is sit back. You need to store the energy because if you have no energy, there's no movement in Tai Chi. Zigzag out, walk in that direction, heel, all the energy still here. I bowl the legs by just drilling down a little bit more, then over the hill and down. So when it's down, that means you have fully turned and the energy not just jumped to that foot, but went through the whole, bowl the legs over the hill, and then it comes down. Okay? So, huh?
Good. When you come forward, don't forget to bend the knee. That's part of the deal. Otherwise, what happens is you step out and you just go this way. As opposed to you step out, you turn in this direction, bend the knee, and then the knee sweeps out. You just drop down, you're open. Okay? Otherwise, we tend to just say, well, Tai Chi walk, you pop your leg straight out, straight-legged. No, it's turn, see? Foot out, turn the hip, knee comes like it's going to walk in that direction, but just as it's coming this way, it opens. Okay.
And when,
And that leaves you so that this says, okay, we're going open. What's the top of the body going to do? Hey, I'm going to follow. Okay?
when you bend that knee to take that L stance, what are you doing? You're making yourself safer because you're getting rid of all the weight on the bent or insubstantial foot, therefore it's gaining here, so you should be a little bit more stable, okay? So as you can see, Tai Chi has layers in which we can dig down deeper, and maybe what we can do to help ourselves is to try to get into that point now, okay? Because I think that sequencing is not a problem at this point. It could be just refining of the posture to help yourself, not for anything else, to help yourself, to understand Tai Chi a little bit better. All right, to get into serpent, we're at starting back at here, our favorite part. Second single whip, half step, sit back, high pad on the horse. Cross, step out, right, left, gather energy, shift weight, come up, kick out, right, in, L stance, tuck the elbows in, shift the weight, double punch. Sit back, sit down, pivot, left hand, left foot, coming up, and out. In, hook. Okay, in, hook now, okay? In, hook. Let's see. This is how your orientation. This is your hook hand, and you've just kicked out, and you drop down, and you say, this is where the toe is in line with that heel, that planted heel. The weight is on this back foot. We are going to stack ourselves, stack ourselves. We're not going to stack this way. In fact, this knee is now hurting me because it's not ready for that weight. So we kicked out, we bring it in, we're hooked, and we're out. You stack this way, stack straight down. You don't have to go all the way down, but you need to come down. You need to come down. When this is halfway, then I start to veer out to the left. And this position now, this back foot takes an adjustment. Then I'm fully here. When I'm fully here and ready, okay, so you'll run into trouble if you're too small or if you're too wide. So that's another issue. So here now, you're going to use this motion as you shift your weight. So you don't want this guy way out here. You don't want it way back here, but you want it somewhere in here. So you're going to shift your weight and you're going to try to spin on your axle to get more stability and come up. Okay? Toe, spin, hook, split, parallel, drop down. This is my side that I have a harder time. So you saw that I dropped down as much as I could and not dilute it by going this way. This doesn't do anything or help you. So you want to stack. When you stack something, you want to be absolutely straight in that direction. So I stack, my hand comes down. As I go halfway, it spins out. And then when I'm just about ready to do this, I adjust that back foot to a 45. Make sure that this is in good posture and not out here, not back here, but in the back, sort of. When you have that firmness and confidence, you then bring this up this way, then here, okay? So see if you can apply at least maybe one or two things. Just get the feel of it, okay? All right, yeah.
Take advantage of movements going in similar planes or parallel to each other, not flying all over the place. in these kicks, okay? One instance is you want to go up and you want to kick. So you say, I will use my arms and I'll use my core. The elbows come in center. This comes up, this comes up. Not out here and try to do it. You come in, consolidate your power, and where you want to go up. So you say, hands, help me. You see, hands, help me. And as soon as you get here, you hands, help me, then you spread out. The other one is when we do our golden cockerel, sometimes we end up doing this. Another name for the golden cockerel is a push down. So you come from here, push down. And when you're pushing down, what are you doing with this hand? Up, see? So different motions, but same, they're parallel to each other. One guy is going down, one guy is going up. It's not like one is going here and one is going there. Otherwise, it ends up sort of one of these kind of, you want to be using vertical to help vertical, vertical to help vertical. It comes sort of in this movement, not sideways movement. It is sideways, down, and up, okay?
Starting with single whip. Left foot forward, last single whip. Half step forward, sit back, allows you to rock the front to the toe, lift off, pat your horse. Left hand to the hip now. Cross at the wrist, step out, left heel, shift the weight, gather the energy, center the energy, kick out, right. In, L stance, heel, tuck the elbows, double punch. Sit back, sit down, open the fingers, turn, left hand, left foot, centered and out, in, hook, parallel, stack yourself, halfway, start to veer to the left and pivot. Pivot on the back to adjust the back foot, set. Then swing the arms, shift the weight, golden cockerel. Toe, spin, hook, look, split, stack. Halfway, veer to the right, adjust the back foot, set. Swing, shift weight, golden cockerel. Heel on a L stance, hold your ball. Heel on an L stance, spin the ball, then shuttlecock it. There, good. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, heel out, spin the ball, shuttlecock right. There, good. Half step to the back, across the hips and waist, point out, down to the bottom of the seat. One hand, two hands, then your foot, stretch out that knee, flash arms. Sit back, sit down, pivot, fist high and low, spin out to deflect, bring it into parry, and then to punch. Okay, good. So my main thing was kind of watching you, but try to fix up the serpent. Okay, so I know that we are all on our journey, and I shouldn't be too hard on you, but I do want you to know that you can do it. So you don't want to, my back is probably better. You want to come down and stack yourself this way to help yourself. Okay? If you set it up correctly, more than likely, it'll work a little better. Then swing up, swivel up and down, up and down. But you don't want to, and I'll do it again, you don't want to say, okay, I've got it set up. But because you feel that you can't do it, you start to say, this is the best I could do, and you start to turn this way. You're going to stress this knee. So you want to come down straight. You don't want to start to dilute it and come this way, because then you'll accumulate previous incorrect movements to not furnish you with the setting up correctly of the following movement. It'll just start to snowball. So take it slowly, say, you know what, I can't do that. If you can't stack, and I can't do it well either, if you cannot just drop down, just drop to where you can, and then this becomes a hand motion, sort of. Here, then start to pivot out here, adjust this guy back here. You're in the optimal position, sort of optimal, the best you can, and then you can not necessarily just swing, but think through, shift the weight, and gently come up. And you saw that my balance might not, getting to hold myself on one side has become, I don't want to use the word deteriorate, but it does amount to deteriorate. It has not made the progress that I would like. But what it has done for me is that it said, what can you do to make it safer? So I then heavily base things on swirling, swiveling on that axle, pushing down, pulling up at the same time. And that seems to help me more. My height of which this foot or that foot comes up is not as drippy. It's old lady-ish, but I say to myself, it's okay, I am old, but I will use the power that I have to, like he says, turn, swivel, push up, push down, and you don't have to do it fast. Then people say, wow, you know yourself, you know your body, but you're able to counter some of the weaknesses and still use your body efficiently. That's what I believe is the best about Tai Chi. Because we're not going to be those superstars. We're never going to be, okay? But we can try to use the body in the most efficient way.
Your hands can help you. Remember, I say that Tai Chi is a series of, maybe you could call them poses, in which you are in favorable alignment. You're using the minimum amount of effort with the right body configuration. So you can hold that position. And there are different parts of your body that go to help you. Like, for instance, if you say, well, I have to stack, and what I'm trying to stack in trying to do the serpent, I'm trying to stay on one leg. And that's one of those poses where if you get it right, you can stay there for quite a while, And you could say, well, I'm going to be here, where some people are, versus you say, well, I'm going to be here because I'm going to want to be able to do this. You see, if I'm here and I stick my leg out, it's all on this. And I'm working really hard to stay down, versus if I say, hey, counterbalance. And so it comes out, call it a drop hand. You stay with this here. This helps you as opposed to some anemic thing here. You're doing a drop hand here, but from a fighting standpoint, not very useful, except because you don't have the power, versus you're out here, drop. You drop, out here, drop, and I can do this at my leisure. I'm not worried about, wow, this is here, this leg is going to drop me prematurely, not where I want to be. And maybe it makes me drop so that I'm too straight here. So when I really want to turn, I'm going to be ending up over here, as opposed to you're here, hands up, here. It puts a lot of pressure on your leg, but you go as low as you can, but you have this balance. And then from here, you can put your leg out at your leisure. Set. Put your leg out where you want it, which should be not here, but because you have the time to say, I am going here. And then come out, okay? But when you first, another point is, besides this point of having a balance and stacking yourself, don't step out like this, because this is sort of not quite there. If you step out, you can maybe get a little farther. Come down, turn. Then you're still here, but this is still insubstantial. See, I can get down, stack. I'm still substantial, turn my foot, and then adjust, okay? As opposed to the die is cast. You know, you've done two things and established this is what's going to be the next movement, right or wrong. As opposed to you say, hey, here, very secure. I could stay here also if I wanted to, here. And then still, but I don't give up if I wanted to come from this position to this position, I could, but I don't want to do that. I want to come up here, secure, that's where I want to be. Now I turn, more secure, and finally you do your shift to you're going to do your golden cockerel. And this up here provides a balance all the way through. And then the kicker is it's going to help you spiral. And this hand is going to come across and not go out this way, but push down, because the direction is to push up. Okay, so just think about what the different parts of your body do to work together so the central portion is stable when it's stable, and when you move, it moves in a very smooth, synchronous manner. It's not like this disconnected. This guy comes up and then this guy comes up, okay?
Maiden, 1, spin, 2, this is not the right way. Out, heel, spin. Is this it, right? Yes? Half step to the back, across. This sets up, and this hand is here. It's going to go down together. But this left hand is going to swipe across here, not go down, okay? Here we go. Wait, how do we do it? I didn't know if it was a heel or a toe. So let's try it again. Right hand above the shoulder. Left hand this way. It's going to go this way. How? Show me. Down and across, as if it were brushing a knee. Down and across. Down and across, okay? Here we go. Up, down, and across. One more time. Weight on the back. Down and across. The hand that goes to the bottom of the sea stays towards the center as if you were hitting your opponent, not going down this way, okay? So it's on a little slant. This hand now goes down and brushes at the same time. It gives you the sense of security. It's a counterbalance at the end. But once you start to drop down, everything comes down together. Setting it up correctly. You're on the back with your weight. You're going to lift off and come down.